This is an example of how to import a model from an existing database using nHydrate. We want to open up a brand new Visual Studio that has nHydrate installed on this particular machine and open up a brand new solution. And we'll just create a blank solution called Acme Sales because we're going to import the Acme Sales database. Now, models go underneath the solution items, not underneath particular projects, because projects are actually generated from a model. So we say add new item, and when you install nHydrate, there's actually a model file section underneath add new item, and we're just going to choose model, and let's call it Acme Sales. Now, the wizard comes up and is going to step us through the process of importing a database. Now, the first thing we notice, we need to set a company name and a project name. No, let's name it Sales. So these are going to be used for the namespaces inside of the generated projects. Our data access layer will be called acme.sales. Our installation project will be called acme.sales.install, and so forth. So we go next. Now, we're going to import a database on my local machine. So we say dot, the database is, guess what, Acme Sales. So this is basically just specifying a connection string or enumerated database properties. We push the import button. And now let's go into the database and put all the tables, fields, relationships, primary keys, indexes, everything out of that database and put them into here. So these are all the tables that we have inside of the database. We click next. This is just a summary screen. Click finish. Okay, now we have a model. This model is valid. Let's verify. Tools, validation is complete. Notice in the messages window there is nothing there. So we can also look at it now and say, well, this database has multiple tables underneath it and has a category table. And let's look under columns, and there are columns. It did pick up the primary key we see from that icon, and we see that this is an integer. We see that it picked up the database identity, the auto number. It's unique. It is a primary key. The name is category ID, and there's various other fields. It picked up the description, which is of text type. There's even an image picture. So this is a nullable image field inside of SQL Server, and all these things got picked up. Also, the relationships got picked up. If you'll notice here, it says the category table has one relationship. The customer table has one relationship. The order detail has 0 relationships. Essentially, relationships go from a parent table to a child table. So this is saying that the category table has a relationship coming from it to some other table. So this is all valid. We can actually generate this. These are all the generators that come out of the box with nHydrate. We don't need all of those right now. We're just going to generate the installer project and the data access layer, which is all you really need to build kind of a simple application. So we'll say OK. And because this is integrated with Visual Studio, the files and projects get created directly into your Project Explorer. There's no need to include files or to copy them from one folder to another like some other frameworks. This actually just generates stuff directly into Visual Studio. Everything generated just fine. Let's collapse the projects up so we can see them. And we have Acme Sales, which is the data access layer. We have the sales.install, which is the installer. So say build, success. Say build, success. Almost. It's a little bit bigger project. So this actually generated 2 projects that easily after we imported it, and it took just a few minutes.